Hello, welcome to Mindful Musings. I'm Deedee, your host. It is Wednesday, February 4th or 5th. I think it's the 4th. Anyway, I just kind of got that little nudge to go ahead and sit down and say hello, and let's see if any messages come through from my spirit team. We'll see. I never know what's going to happen. I just really don't. Anyway, what's going on? Of course, a lot going on. And couple things coming in. I saw a couple back-to-back articles about being on the precipice, and I know that that's also one way that I'm sure it's this way for you as well, that sometimes the way our spirit team or higher self can communicate to us is kind of like directing us, or plopping information in front of us that we feel like we should read, and so we do, and go, oh, thank you for that information. Well, I got back-to-back articles that popped up about being on the precipice, and it certainly does feel that way, doesn't it? Because there is no turning back, and it is about being on the precipice of a new life, of clarity of what we will not, what is just not okay with us anymore, and choosing what does serve the greater good, the higher good. So, and I'm always reminded of that one a little mini story about go near the precipice and jump, said the teacher. No, I'm afraid. Go ahead. Jump. No, I will fall. I will die. No, go ahead. Jump. No, I'm frightened. I'm too frightened. And then the teacher said, but what if you fly? And that's where we are, I think. There's letting go of the fear, not letting the fear rule us anymore, and trusting that indeed we are on that precipice and ready to fly. And yeah, it's still going to take some time. This isn't something that happens overnight or magically appears, because the old systems that have served. Please remember, as angry or as betrayed as we may feel, or saddened or whatever, please do your best to also remember that it has served its purpose. We came down here, or we're here on this planet, in this incarnation, our lifetimes, to learn and to experience different things to assist our soul in growing and in learning. And yes, the systems have been in place to attempt to control us and squelch us. And it does no good to deny that or to ignore that, but accepting it and going, well, yeah, that's right. And gosh, I wouldn't have learned had this experience, grown in my empathy, grown in my compassion, grown in my wisdom, knowing all the blessings that we have received from each experience. And I know it's painful. I know it's just kind of grotesque as all of this muck and mire comes seeping up, and what was just coming in is I would not count on one great reveal. That's just not going to happen, because the idea is it's kind of dripping bits of truth, because that's really all we can assimilate. It's going to be shocking enough for a great number of people. There's no need to bring it all out and short circuit everyone. Or when you provide, or when you get too much information, there's a tendency to just withdraw and go into denial. Whereas if the little bit of information and the truth comes out a little bit at a time, we can process it and discern if it is in alignment and resonates, and then we can accept, change our mind, change our heart, open up to the possibilities, and continue. Whereas if it's just plopped on us, we're going to close down and deny it. This is about the great awakening. So it's going to take as long as it takes. So those of us who are being very impatient, let's just check ourselves and know that it's for the greater good, that it's taking time for everything to be revealed. That is revelation. Be kind and compassionate. But yeah, the image that just came in is like, if there was to be just one big great reveal and it was just all there, all of those on the precipice likely would jump and not fly. That was the image that I got. And we don't want that. We all want to succeed and to keep growing and learning. Because remember, this is a process. This is a journey. This is an experience. Ascension, enlightenment, awakening, whatever term we want to place on it, is not an event. It's not a one-time deal and, oh, done, I'm enlightened. It'd be cool if it was. Well, no, it wouldn't, because we probably wouldn't appreciate everything we did to shed all of that old programming, everything that covered our light. We've been shedding it our entire lives with all the manipulation, deception, the greed and corruption. That has been a catalyst to assist us. So I know we all want to blame it and, hate it and all that. That's not really going to do any good, because we just really have to accept that it was there, that it is there. It's still there, because darkness still exists. Denying it doesn't mean it goes away. It just means we're denying that it exists. We see it. Take the lessons. Incorporate the lessons, the learnings, the blessings, so that you are then free to not be triggered by it anymore, to not let that influence your behavior and who. Am I making any sense? But there's a, by acknowledging and accepting and then embracing the lessons, we then can be neutral, compassionately neutral, and are no longer controlled by that. And it's a process. It takes time. It's going to take time. Because even when we do reach a place of neutrality, hello, we're here as divine beings having that human experience. We're going to get triggered again. It's just going to be maybe something different, or we go, oh, I remember that, and able to bring ourselves back into balance faster, be more efficient in our ability to come back to unity, to coherence. And again, I know I've said it in other videos and everything, but it's not a competition, and it's not a goal. Ascension, enlightenment, new world, whatever, is not a goal. It's not something to achieve. It's our journey along the way to establishing that. Being in the here, being in the now, being present. That is what is going to allow us to manifest that, to change the systems, to create differently. It's all about being present in the now and acknowledging what has been, holding a loving focus for what is, but most importantly, being present with your heart. Remember, it's mind-heart coherence. Being grounded, connected. Stay hydrated. As reminders, do get outside if you can, weather permitting. I know my lovely friends on the East Coast and said it's been really tough. Here in the Midwest, or at least where I am, we're going to go into what we call Fool's Spring, because it's going to be probably about 10 days of being in the 50s and the 60s. And everything is different. But when you can, please get outside and connect to the earth, to get grounded. Because with all of this stuff, all the revelations, everything that is coming forward, we really need to be grounded. We need to be grounded, centered, neutral. Because we've been working on this a long time. We have been working on our spiritual muscles for a long time. And that's because we are going to be needed to be holding the calm, to holding the light, while those who have been in denial wake up. There's going to be fear and panic. We need to hold the calm, to be the way shower, to be a model of love, of compassion. Again, remember, this isn't an us versus them, a judgment game. This is about holding compassion for our fellow light beings. Because remember, every single being has that spark of light. We are all made of God. We are all made of light. We are all made of love. It's just that some have forgotten that. I mean, to a certain degree, yes, we all have forgotten it. And that's what this journey has been about, is uncovering it and remembering that we are divine, that we are love, that we are God, Goddess. I am. So, okay. Let me go ahead and check the oracle cards, see if there's more that Spirit Team wants to communicate through that. And please remember, if you think of it, to like, subscribe, share. We can grow our channel, our community, and be here for each other. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else it has to say. For the highest, greatest good. Boop. Wisdom of Avalon. Okay. This is Colette Baron Reed. Wisdom of Avalon. Yeah. And I think, because I remember a couple of you had commented, and I know I was doing that last night as well. It's like dreaming and knowing you're in a dream, and like even during it going, oh, this, yeah, okay, I see this is happening, and like fire and water, fire in the kitchen, I don't know, and I was in the dream, I'm consciously going, oh, okay, this is all the fire. Yeah, okay, this is the fire energy. Oh, okay, this is the water energy. Okay, so, you know, Mother Earth, okay, planet is, you know, stuff is happening. And then another part of the dream, you know, where I'm in one place and I end up getting lost. And this time in the dream, I stopped myself and went, oh, okay, I'm in a dream. I'm doing this one again. Okay, so apparently this is letting me know I'm in unknown territory, and that's okay. I don't know. Anyway, we are in unknown territory, and we're okay. We are going to thrive. Let me see. Oh, well, this is interesting. Let's see what these are. Because the first one that popped up was, just as I was saying, we are in unknown territory. The novice, innocence, beginner, ignorance, new skill without practice, unstable curiosity. Exactly. That's what I feel, and that's what most of us are probably feeling to some extent or another, because the old just doesn't work. The old doesn't fit. And old ways of thinking, old ways of being, trying to create something new using something on the old paradigm, it just doesn't work. So we are all with beginner's mind. So we're all innocent and to some extent feel like we're flailing. We're not. We're not failing or flailing. Yet we are beginners in this new earth that we are creating. And we're developing new skills. We're going to remember old skills, which will feel new to us. And we may have to practice them to develop the confidence, but give yourself the opportunity to make a mistake, to be a beginner. We're all beginners, and there's something so refreshing about beginner's mind, because there's no limitation. It's like, okay, I will remain open. That's cool. And then there was the Queen. I like this because this is definitely another theme that has been showing up for me, is about the divine feminine, woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. The Queen. And I would be remiss if I did not bring up the atrocities that are surfacing about how young girls and boys were manipulated, abused, and used, and disrespected. That's such a light word for what really happened. But remember, the Queen, this has been a long time coming, where the feminine, the divine feminine, has been buried and feared by the toxic masculinity. And so any woman of power was feared. This is coming forward saying, of course, in balance, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, but the power of the divine feminine is rising. It has been rising for quite some time, but it's palpable now. It is palpable. And I just also got this image of Kali. You don't mess with Kali, the goddess Kali, reckoning for the abuses. And yet, the Queen, clear-sighted, intuitive, just, and fair. But don't mess with her. Because the truth is setting us free. It is the power of the feminine that is revealing the truth. And remember, you don't need to be spoon-fed the truth. You have worked on your abilities and your skills of discernment to be able to discern what is truth, what is light. To remember, don't take anything at face value, check it out inside first. Because there is so much deception that people are going to be. Don't allow the deceptions to create a new set of us versus them. No. Develop and use your discernment. Being connected, being grounded, being the light, holding what is true for you, and your ability to respond with right action. Yeah, it's kind of like, I guess it tells a little bit of a story. It's like we all are novices. We all start out as novices as we tap into our power to discover the truth and to live truth, to live a coherent truth. Oh, I know there's a lot more, but I think I'm going to go ahead and end it with that, at least for now. Continue to be compassionate, generous with love and kindness, as we all go through this, as we all remember who we truly are, embracing our divine feminine, our divine masculine, and allowing truth to prevail, love to prevail. And remember sometimes truth isn't easy. Truth isn't pretty. We will have a tendency to deny the truth, to knock it away, to hide from the truth. But the truth will prevail. Give yourself time to assimilate and use the discernment so that you know what resonates as true and wise and love within. We're breaking free. The truth is setting us free. And it's not comfortable. But as best as you can, keep your hearts open, filled with love and gratitude. Keep your minds open, the higher mind, so that the higher mind and the heart work together in coherence. And know how much you are loved and how brave you are to be here on this planet at this time of extreme transformation. And it's just beginning. Remember, there is no end line. There is no goalpost. We're living it. So continue to choose the love over the fear, the unity over the separation, and the calm over the chaos. Keep choosing you. The great I am. The divine in me recognizes and honors the divine in you. So be it. Namaste.